In today's tutorial, we're going to go through how to create a premium content follow-up workflow. This is a very simple workflow. Simply, they submit a form and are sent a thank you email, usually with a CTA to download a PDF version of the form, and sometimes with additional content that is relevant to what they submitted the form on. So to get to workflows, we're going to the top navigation, click on automation, and go to workflows. On this page, you're going to see a list of all of your active and inactive workflows. So because this is a premium content follow-up workflow, I'm going to go to top right, create workflow. I'm going to make a contact-based workflow. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to name my workflow test PC follow-up. And I'm going to create the workflow. On this page, you're going to see all the actions that your workflow will execute. In this case, in my enrollment trigger, this is what tells HubSpot how people should get enrolled and who should get enrolled in this workflow. I want to choose everybody who has submitted the access guide to closing inquiries form. That's submitted on any page. I don't care which page they submitted on. And I'm not going to make a date, so I don't care when they did it, or I don't care how many times they did it. So this is a very simple follow-up workflow. I'm going to press save. So right now, I have a workflow that's going to enroll any contact that I have in HubSpot who has submitted the access guide to closing inquiries form on any page at any time. Because again, this is a premium content follow-up workflow, I'm going to add an action. Let's say I want to add a delay for 1 minute, just to show you how to make a delay. And I'm going to send an email. In this case, I'm going to send an automated nurturing email test. This was simply an email that I made earlier that is an automated email. Very basic. It says, hi friend, this is a personalization token. This is an automated nurturing email that is used in a workflow. Normally, this can be used to thank people for downloading a guide or send them additional relevant information on premium content, events, offers, or services. So that is the email that people will receive once they submit that guide. Let's say somebody submits this guide, and then a week later, they can't find the original email and they can't find the PDF. So they come back to wherever they found this original form and submit it again. Well, as of now, they won't actually receive an email again. So to enable re-enrollment, we have to go to the enrollment triggers. So to get to that, enrollment trigger, re-enrollment, check this box, then check the form submission enrollment criteria so that anytime somebody submits this guide, they'll actually be enrolled in this workflow every time. There are settings to this workflow. You can have it on 7 days a week or only operating on business days. You can have it operating at any time of the day or specific hours. You can choose to assign it to a specific campaign if you're running it for a specific campaign. You also can make unenrollment and suppression lists. So this is basically just saying if you have a list of, let's say, clients who you don't want to be ever enrolled in this workflow, you would add them as a suppression list. And that would tell this workflow not to enroll people in this workflow, even if they satisfy that criteria. In this tab, performance, some very basic metrics on how many people have been enrolled, how many active people are enrolled in this, and how the email is performing if you have multiple emails potentially in this workflow. The history will give you a sense of how many people, who those people actually are that got enrolled in the workflow, and the people who actually did not satisfy some sort of criteria if, for example, you were using an if branch. So now that my workflow is done, it's ready to send an email to all of these people. I'm going to go to review in the top right, and it's going to ask me, do I want to enroll all existing contacts or just contacts moving forward? So because this workflow, or this form, has been live, 23 people have submitted that form. So in this case, I don't actually want to enroll people who have already submitted this form. So I'm going to choose no. But in case you wanted to send this email to the 23 people who have already submitted this form, you can choose yes. And then I'm going to turn it on. Now this workflow is on. Anyone who submits this guide will be enrolled in this. It'll delay for a minute, and then it'll be sent this email. To turn the workflow off, you just simply go to the top right where it says workflow is on, toggle that button, and now the workflow is off. And that is it for workflows.